Welcome back. In today's episode, we have the conclusion of the interview with Robert Kushner, founder of BuffBoxx. What is the one thing you must do every day in your business? And how often should you be looking at your financials? Actions you should be taking when you lose a customer, and a trick to get your customers to do your social media.
Welcome to this edition of Peak Performers Podcast with your host, Thor Conklin. Thor will be sharing the necessary tools, strategies, and psychology you'll need to become a peak performer in any area of your life or business.
Thor Conklin here. We give you the tricks, the tips, the tools, the strategy, the technology, and the psychology peak performers use in order to get more done and execute at the highest level. If you know what to do but struggle with getting it all done, or simply want to raise your game to the next level, this podcast is for you. Sit back and enjoy. So tell me some of the best advice you've ever received.
I think some of the best advice I've gotten is also the worst advice I've gotten, if that makes any sense.
Yes, it does.
People telling me that I can't do it or to let it go or that it's not going to work. It fuels the fire for me to prove them wrong. And that's something about me. I'm competitive and I like to prove you wrong. If you say I can't do it, I'm going to do everything I can to do it. And, that combined with the advice from my grandfather, that is, you can only not do what you don't let yourself do. And that's just kind of a way that, I try to live my life and I try to approach things. But those types of advices are the things that kind of fuel my fire and that I keep going back to when people are telling me no.
Yeah, that's great advice. And that shows me one thing. That's a masculine male. Masculine men rise to the occasion. And when they're told they can't do something, they fight back. Now,
right.
a man that is not as masculine, or if it's a female and she's not masculine, it's a feminine female, that'll freak him out. But a masculine female or a masculine male, they'll rise. They're like, come on, bring it on. I'll show you. And
sure, they love the competition.
Exactly. They'll use that as fuel.
And quitting and giving up, that's never helped anybody get to where they want. It's never helped anyone succeed. So for me, it's just not an option. If something doesn't work out, that's one thing, but it's not going to be because I didn't put everything I could into it.
What's one of your biggest weaknesses?
One of my biggest weaknesses, I'm not very sensitive, maybe. So
masculine male again.
Again, yeah, I guess if me and my buddy are working and he's tired, or I just, it's not something that kind of crosses my plate as, oh, he's tired, maybe he needs to get out of here. I'm more thinking, well, we still need to finish this job. So
no, what you're really thinking is suck it up, Buttercup.
Suck it up, man. But that kind of translates into how I was raised. I was raised around a bunch of masculine guys, and if you were injured in sports or sick, it was suck it up.
Yeah. Rub some dirt on it.
Yeah, my dad told me in Pee Wee football, if I was injured, to not lay there, make sure I get off the field.
That's right, crawl off the field.
Right. So, being tough both mentally and physically was just a part of the way I was raised, and it's definitely helped me in life.
Yeah, I just got done with a 3-day event on the West Coast called SEAL Fit, which is training with Navy SEAL commanders.
Yeah, I've heard of that.
Yeah, going through that event, on day 2, I was like, look, I understand that there's no man left behind, but if you just shoot me, you're not really leaving me behind.
Yeah, I'm just a casualty at that point.
That's right, just come back for the body later. But, and it's funny because when you're around that sort of environment, you just keep going. I mean, I tweaked my right quad pretty bad day 1. And, I didn't think about it the rest of the event. It bothered me, but it was like, you just got to do what you got to do. You just keep going. And then I got home, I'm like, oh, man, that wasn't good. That really hurts now. But when you're in the midst of it, when you keep moving and you're making progress, you're not focused on that. You're focused on the team. You're focused about your objective. And business is like that.
Yeah, I agree. There's always times to rest and there's always time to heal up. But when you're in the moment, you got to get after it. And like you said, that it goes and translates right into business. And you can't be complacent and let things sit by the wayside. You've got to be moving and working and going after it every day.
What keeps you up at night?
I sit there and I watch subscriptions come in and I watch the money that's going out. And, I feel like my wife and my partner and, even myself are counting on me and BuffBoxx to be the success that we know it can be. And I think just, those are the standard worries when you start a business. Is it going to be successful? Are we going to keep growing? Is this money that we just spent going to give us a return? Is it worth it? And, those are the things I think about.
And how often are you looking at kind of the financials of the company, what's coming in, what's going out, all of that related to the financials? How often are you looking at that?
Yeah, I'm looking at the financials every single day. I'm on QuickBooks. I'm on our bank account websites. I'm looking at our bills that need to get paid, our net 30, the stuff that's coming in, going out. So I'm looking at that stuff every day.
That is awesome. I didn't know how you were going to answer that question, but I assumed, which is not always good, that if you're tracking and measuring your results and you're advertising, that you were going to do that as well. And listen up. If you're listening to this program right now, stop and pay attention to what I'm going to say right now. If you're not doing the same thing and you're not tracking and you're measuring and you're looking at your financials and the health of your company every single day, you're not doing your job. Someone in the company needs to be looking at this stuff. I commend you, really, seriously commend you in doing that, because there's so many businesses that think they're making money and they don't understand that they're literally going broke every time they make a sale.
Oh, yeah. It's easy to think you have sales coming in, and if you're spending more on marketing than you're making, then that money's going to start depleting real quick. And before you know it, you're going to open QuickBooks or you're going to look at your account, and it's going to have dwindled down to a very scary point.
Yeah. And there's a difference between having an accounts receivable item and cash.
Sure.
Because you can't pay your bills with an accounts receivable bill.
No, sir.
Only with
Luckily,
cash.
that's one thing we don't have to deal with. We get, when somebody signs up, they pay in advance, and the next month it charges them before, their box goes out. So declines, all that sort of stuff, we're not having to worry about. And the AR, it's great not having to have that on our books.
Nice. What are some of your important daily habits?
Oh, I forget who it was. Somebody said, the first thing you do in the morning is you wake up and you make your bed. So my grandfather was in the military. He would always have me doing the same thing. So I like to get up, make my bed, brush my teeth, do the hygiene things. I go to the gym every day in the morning, have a little small breakfast, and then I start going through my BuffBoxx daily dozens, which, like we kind of talked about, include going through our financials and our analytics, our new subscribers, seeing if anyone canceled, and if so, why, seeing how long they were with us. But that's something that we're doing every single day.
Are you following up with the people that cancel to find out specifically why they canceled?
Yes, we follow up. Everyone that cancels, I send them an email thanking them for their business, telling them about our cheaper package, and trying to figure out what we can do to improve. So we send that out to every single person that leaves us. We also retarget them.
And do you get some good feedback from them as to why?
We do. And we actually also get people who eventually come back after a few months.
Yeah.
So it's nice to stay in touch with them. I think it makes them think that we care about them, and we do, but it's nice to be able to portray that to them.
How many different programs do you have? How many different levels?
So right now we have the BuffBoxx Original, which we started with, and that's a $49.99 box that comes with Reebok apparel, supplements, snacks, accessories, and more. And then we launched a light box, which is $29.99, and you get a couple more units of the snacks and supplements, but you do not receive the Reebok apparel. And then you can buy it monthly, or you can prepay for 3, 6, or 12 months.
Interesting. Have you played around with a program that is $99 a month?
We have talked about going up. I don't know if it would be $99, but we've talked about doing a box that would include a full fitness outfit. So that would be the potential next progression. We've also looked at, once we grow, branching out specifically by sport. So doing BuffBoxx football, BuffBoxx CrossFit,
nice.
And branching out that way as well. But a lot of the products that we're sending kind of cover it's more of a all-encompassing. If you work out, if you're an athlete, these are all products that are going to be beneficial to you. So it would be difficult to sustain, I believe, if we branched out into the different sports.
Yeah, and that's really the end game here, is to have a client, I imagine, for the long term, 5, 6, 7 years.
Yeah, we'd love that.
Well, if you keep it fresh, you keep it new, and you're meeting their needs, they're not going to go anywhere.
Yeah, and we try to do that. I mean, we are hand packing every box. We don't just throw a bunch of crap into a box. I mean, we are hand placing a shirt and all the snacks and everything so that when you open it up, it looks premium and all your products look great. We put packing peanuts in there so everything stays in the same place and is protected and safe. But we're very proud of our box, and the display at which it gets to our customer is very important to us.
You know, I'm curious if there was I'm always having my business consultant mind on. I'm like, man, what can we do with this? How cool would it be to have each month a special shirt or something go out to one particular client? It's just random, whoever gets it.
Yeah.
And on this, it's like, number one customer, whatever it is of a month. So they would open that up and they would know that somebody that month gets one. And when they get it, they then post it up on their social media account that I was the winner this month, or whatever that looks like. And or they get a coupon for a free box for a friend for 2 months. But what they got to do is they got to post it on their social media site as I was the winner of a month, and generate some buzz around the lucky winner.
Yeah, no, I like that idea. We flirted with doing something like that with one of our electronics partners who we do our Bluetooth earbuds and stuff through. And we were going to send out, a lucky person or a random winner would get, a Bluetooth speaker or something like that.
Yeah.
And that's still something that we want to do. But in the meantime, what we've been doing is you get referral points during sign up if you include your social media handles. So when somebody signs up, if they've included that, we can shout them out on social media. Thank you for signing up, And then we also include a bookmark type of thing in our box that says post tag win, and basically just trying to get each customer to go and take a picture of their box, post it on social media.
Right.
And the people that do that are eligible to win, a Bluetooth speaker or something like that.
I love it. Yeah. The more you can get your customers to share the experience and get it out in their social media network, because birds of a feather flock together. And if they're into fitness, their friends are as well.
Yes, sir.
Well, we're just about at the end of the interview, and I just wanted to give an opportunity for you to give a shout out about how people can get a hold of you and how they can sign up for BuffBoxx. Yeah,
thank you. I can be reached at robert@buffboxx.com. That's 2 F's and 2 X's in BuffBoxx. So that's the best email for me, and I am, like I said, I'm on it all the time, so feel free to shoot me a message. To get BuffBoxx, you just go to buffboxx.com, again, 2 X's, and feel free to sign up, check out, learn about us. We've got a promo code going right now. If you use BB2016, you'll get 15% off your first box. And each box has about $80 to $120 worth of products, just depending on the month. So we'd love to have you. And in case you miss it on the site, we have partnered with 5 different charities. And when you sign up, you have the opportunity to choose which cause you care the most about, and we will make a donation on your behalf at no additional cause. Oh, that's awesome. Well, Robert, thank you very much for being on today. I know the audience is going to get so much out of the insights that you had. Congratulations on your success. And we look forward to having you back and tell us all the great things that happened in 2017. Okay, yeah, Thor, I really appreciate it. It was great being here with y'all. You rocked it. Thank you, man. All right, have a good one. Are you truly living your potential? Are you getting the results that you need, want, and desire? There was a time in my life where I was not, and I needed answers. For the last 16 years, I've been obsessed with the question of why some people achieve massive results and others do not. And I found out that it comes down to one thing: execution, and the ability to take your ideas and plans and dreams and turn them into reality. That led me to the question, what are peak performers doing that others are not doing? How do they think? How do they act? What is behind the science of execution?
I have now uncovered the secrets to the science of execution, and I want to share them with you. I have an intensive 3-day event called the Business Execution Summit. If you are truly committed to taking your game to the next level and mastering the science of execution, the most important skill that you will ever acquire, simply take your phone and text the word BESUMMIT, one word, to 41411, and I'll send you out some additional information on our upcoming event. Thank you so much for listening today. I really do appreciate your time, and I hope you found today's show valuable. If you would like to receive these shows automatically to your phone or to your computer, simply go to iTunes and subscribe. After listening to several of the shows, if you're so inclined, please leave us a 5-star rating, as this helps us reach additional people and spread the message. If you're truly committed to taking your life to the next level and doing whatever it takes to become a peak performer, but something's holding you back, something is blocking your way, and you just can't seem to figure out what it is, send me an email to info@thorconklin.com. And I'd be more than happy to get on the phone with you. We'll schedule a 15-minute discovery call. No obligation, no cost. I absolutely love to hear from the listeners. And if there's something I can do to help, I'd be more than happy to do that. Also, if you found something of great interest in today's show and you want to share that with your friends and family, simply go to my Facebook page, Thor Conklin. Click on the episode, hit the share button, and share it on your page. You can follow me at Twitter at Thor Conklin. The website is thorconklin.com. We're constantly adding new free resources, discussing additional tricks, tips, tools, and strategies on how to be a peak performer. Remember, I try to keep these episodes short so you can listen to them during dot time, doing other things, commuting, driving, walking, working out. Decide to be a peak performer in all that you do. And until tomorrow, have an absolutely amazing day.